A network is a communication system that connects two or more computers and their peripheral devices. So basically, information stored in one computer system is available on other computer systems connected to the same network. There are two types of networks. There are local access networks, or LANs, and wide access networks, or WANs. An LAN is a network with a smaller range, usually linking computers within a restricted geographical area, such as a building or a campus. WANs are networks that span the distance between multiple buildings, cities, and even countries. Through a WAN, you can communicate with other networks all over the world. Isn't that cool? Networks are used everywhere, whether in schools, banks, traffic, or hospitals. We rely heavily on networks every day. To understand where we encounter networks and their importance, let's meet Bob. We are going to follow Bob around for the day. Bob is a student at Albert Einstein High School. During first period, he works on a paper in the computer lab that is due later that day. During fifth period, he goes to a different computer lab to pull up and print out his paper. But when he tries to open the document, it doesn't work. He complains to his teacher, who then investigates and announces that the school's LAN network is down, and therefore he cannot receive any documents saved on his account unless they were saved on the exact computer. It is really important for Bob to get his paper because it is an IA for IB, so he decides to get the rough draft copy he saved at home. Goodbye, Einstein. While driving home, Bob is enjoying the ride and not paying attention to the cars around him. Instead, he was just watching stoplights and stop signs and following their direction. Other drivers did this as well, so Bob did not notice when all of the traffic lights were green in every direction. Because there was a network failure, the traffic lights could not synchronize and communicate with one another, causing them to malfunction. This, of course, was a recipe for disaster. Not yet. All of a sudden, Bob crashes into another car. It was a pretty violent crash, so it was important for him to go to the hospital and get checked out to make sure he was okay. Well, it turned out Bob was okay, just a bit of whiplash, but a lot of tests had to be run. Usually, health insurance would pay for these tests, but when a nurse went to her computer, she couldn't pull up any of the electronic medical records to verify his health due to a WAN network failure. He'd gone to a different hospital than usual, so his file had to be accessed on the WAN. Because his health information couldn't be accessed, he had to run to an ATM to get money to pay for the tests. Bob goes to the ATM, but due to WAN network failure, the account information cannot be transferred from the bank to the ATM systems. Therefore, the ATM cannot identify Bob or access his account, and he can't receive any money. Whew! So he goes to an actual bank to get his money, thinking that the only problem had to do with the ATM machine. But when he gets there, the teller also can't access his account, or anyone else's for that matter. It seems that there was an LAN failure within the bank, so the account information cannot be transferred from the computers within the building. Poor Bob. So, Bob was completely out of luck today. He ran into network failures everywhere he went. Although it is highly unlikely that a sole person will encounter this many network failures. In one day, Bob's day shows us the importance of networks and the severe implications that could occur if there was a network failure. So next time you're out and about, think about how important networks are to your life and learn to love them. The end.